Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
No, I'm serious, though, Joe. I'm thinking about getting the paper, the Winnipeg Free Press, delivered to my house again. It's been a long time. And then online as well would be nice. I don't have either. And I'm like, why don't I have these things?
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that question. But I'll tell you, first it started with the birthdays. And you're getting on track, and now you want the newspaper. I get it every day, and I do it online now. I used to have, you can go three ways. You can go deliver to the door. You can go online with Saturday delivery. I think they still offer that. And then you can just go online. And I was originally doing online and Saturday delivery because I was kind of old school. I liked opening up that paper on a Saturday morning.
I do.
And then I realized, what the hell am I doing? Like, I sleep in on Saturdays if I can. Mm-hmm. And then I never read the paper. I would just go online anyway. So I just changed it to online. I love it. I love supporting that we still have a local newspaper like that, and it gives you a little add-ons to the stories. Right?
I want it on my front step on Saturday and Sunday mornings.
There's no Sunday paper.
Saturday mornings. I want it on my step on Saturday mornings. I want to get up, grab that crisp paper, old school, sit at the kitchen table and read it. That's what I'm looking at here.
There was a time that I liked the newspaper when I was in this small town in Alberta doing radio, and it was mainly because there was a section where the RCMP would release basically incidents that they had to deal with over the past week.
You know what, then? You're going to love the Free Press. It has stories of incidents in it every day in a bigger city. Bigger stories.
They do local crime. They do local crime.
Yes, I'm
Kirby.
aware. But, I think you guys are missing what I'm saying, though. In a small town, you know everybody. So you would get the paper and you would see what everybody was up to over the week.
Yeah.
And it was just,
adds
it
to
was
the
funny.
gossip.
But it wasn't like a news story. It was like a breakdown of each call they got.
Yeah.
Right.
But
that's funny.
There's no paper boy that comes to the door anymore, right?
Yeah.
That's long. I'll have a paper boy if I get the paper bag. A person who collects.
It's usually an adult. I get I see mine running around in my neighborhood when I'm coming to work.
Collecting money off you for your paper?
No, there's no collection.
I don't think they have money on them, dear Lord.
They're just delivering the paper, but they're getting at it, All
right.
Yeah, I see the guy that delivers the French paper in St. B on my way to work sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's I see the kids out delivering flyers, which is really nice, teaching them some responsibility and saving up their money for things.
When I was growing up, I delivered newspapers for the Free Press, actually, but it was after school. And then it changed to the morning, so I think it became more of an adult job.
Yeah, it did. It for sure has. Back in the day, that was a huge first job for a lot of kids delivering papers. And, of course, Saturdays they were way heavier because they had the flyers. Are there coupons in the paper? Do you remember that much? I want some coupons.
You'll get flyers.
Don't you get enough flyers in the mail?
I want them in the paper. I want to go vintage here.
Your Saturday paper is going to be loaded up. I don't know. I don't think you'll get the TV guide, though, anymore.
Oh, come on.
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast. Got something to say?
Okay, I'll say it.
Well, you should probably call the Bone phone and let her rip. It actually feels nice to finally say it out loud.
780-BONE. Brought to you by Auto Gallery of Winnipeg.
I am thankful for soup. I made a delightful borscht yesterday, and we just finished it up today for supper. It was marvelous. I could eat soup every day.
Ooh.
The professor launching Thankful Thursday with a thank you for soup. Borscht, to be specific.
I love it with a little dollop of sour cream on top.
Can't do the borscht.
Yeah, me neither.
I can appreciate the borscht as far as appreciating having a soup, but I had a pasta fagioli a couple of days ago, and I'd have to say the same thing. Boom. Soup just makes you feel good, doesn't it? Comfort.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You can't wear white when you're eating borscht.
No.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Or tomato sauce, a lot of things.
Yeah.
Mustard on a hot dog is tricky. Pretty much anything.
Never wear that white jersey to a game.
No, it's a tough one. Okay, now there's a run of LED lights calls. Hot conversation yesterday. We had the caller on the Bone phone call up, basically just really fired up about the overly bright LED headlights. So let's get into this.
Hey, yeah, I just want to call about that lady who had her retinas burned out by the bright lights. Some of us need those bright lights. broke my glasses, and glasses are expensive. It was actually cheaper for me to get new headlights, LED headlights, than to buy new glasses. And let me tell you, they're bright. It's like a football game. They can see the 50-yard line. That's the only way I can drive at night now.
Nobody else can see, but you can see.
Yeah, no kidding. But you remember the days where you'll see the odd TV commercial, they had all the cars lined up to light up a stadium? Now you only need two.
Yeah.
one on each end zone.
Loud guy weighing in.
You know, I've driven the highway for 25 years, and I've noticed the lights are brighter. But you know what I do, which helps a lot? I don't stare at those lights that are, like, coming at me. I look at the road. If you stare at the road, you're not going to be bothered by the lights. The only time that I have a hard time seeing is if they happen to leave those bright lights on high beams. But otherwise, I tend to look, you know, away from the headlights, and then they don't seem so bright. And that's just my opinion. Yeah.
It's a good opinion.
That could be like, taken as also a life quote, a way to look at life. Keep your eyes on the road and don't worry about anything coming at you. Like the light.
Okay. I don't think you have to worry about cars coming at you.
Wow. That's
but hey, keep working on that one. I think that one needs some work.
Yeah, it's fine-tuning. Kirby. Write it down.
Okay,
and then
I just felt very inspired by that.
work it around.
I'll say this to Loud Guy. It's not, like, obviously, we're looking at the road, but you can't help but be blinded by these overly bright lights.
I'll tell you what I find, and I don't know if it's just when I'm mad that light's coming at me, my eyes tend to veer more closer to the light as I get upset by them. I don't know why. But.
Okay, and this one, an LED lights owner with a tip.
Just wanted to maybe extend a bit of information to those of us driving with the LED headlights. It's such a point of contention. I had my headlights adjusted so they're possibly not pointing straight into people's, oncoming traffic faces. I have them adjusted so they're a bit lower. I haven't had any issues, but I haven't also been driving around in the dark that much. And also just wanted to ask if anyone else has noticed people drifting into the lane that you're currently in. Like, I'm telling you, like, stay in your own lane.
That could also be a life quote.
Yep.
Stay in your own lane.
Yep, stay in your own lane.
I think that one is already a quote of people. Hey, stay in your lane.
It's a phrase.
It's already a phrase. That one you might have no work needed.
Okay, moving away from LED lights now. Barbarino wants to talk about a conversation from a couple of days ago. I'm considering getting acupuncture for a sore neck issue that I've had lately.
I had a hernia when I used to work at Pure Leader. I guess lift something up too heavy. There was some pain, discomfort, and I was supposed to go get surgery. Doctor laughed at me when I told him about what I was going to do, because doctors don't believe in East-West medicine. We did, I don't know how many treatments. We got the job done. I avoided surgery. I avoided 6 weeks with, walking the cane and whatever. And the hernia disappeared, and that was probably a good 15 years ago. And he cured it with acupuncture, no surgery. And acupuncture could do many things. I highly recommend checking it out. I swear to God, it works. Try it. Maybe you can put some needles on your knees, and hey, man, those things can bend, man. You just never know. They might just bend.
The unbendable legs could.
Well, if that happens, let me know. I'm booked for hernia surgery. Where's Barbarino 2 months ago? I'm going in for surgery.
Oh my God!
And his is gone from acupuncture.
Oh man,
it's like a miracle. A miracle.
Yes.
If my legs start bending, holy
that would be a miracle. That
That's
what? Then all of a sudden, there's going to be some pastor that's going to build up his whole congregation with a tent and bring Phil. Praise the Lord. He can walk. He can bend those knees. Hallelujah.
The Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
You know what? I was going to say one of the biggest rock albums of all time, but to hell with it, one of the biggest albums of all time. That is off the Black Album. Sad but true. Metallica! 92.1 City. Winnipeg's rock station on the Boston Pizza text line. My ex's love song to me. Sad but true. Okay, there you go.
It's relatable.
Also got this one on the Boston Pizza text line. Thankful Thursday. Thankful for my girlfriend who's 9 months pregnant and going through hell.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
That
good
last
luck.
month can be rough, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it's...
Not that I would know. I just have a lot of girlfriends that,
Yes.
have been pregnant.
Yes.
Yeah, it can be, from my
Sure.
wife's experiences, it can be rough for 3-4 months, depending on how some of the pregnancies are like smooth sailing, and then you hear like, oh my God, it's been rough for 3-4 months, or like Kirby said.
The last 15 years on her have been great, too, I'm sure, with the 2 boys and you.
Oh, yeah. Hey, it's never been better. Never been better.
Wow.
We are also getting some comments about the LED headlights. You said John with a J, who's a regular on the Bone Phone, also weighs in on the text line, has a comment.
Yeah, he had a great tip and he's, I believe, a truck driver. So he says the tip is concentrate on the lines of the road when you're being blinded by the lights. So it keeps you in your lane, which makes sense, and they will be lit up, and at least you're looking down, I guess. Same as the person, I guess, that said the road, but he's being more focused by saying on the lines.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Stay in the lines. Also, though, you're always scanning when you're driving. Like if you're highway traveling, because you like ditches, you don't know when a deer or a coyote is going to run onto the highway. So you want to be able to notice that as well. Mm-hmm. But yeah, a lot of comments on this. It definitely drives a lot of conversation, as a lot of traffic calls do with our text line and our Bone Phone. After 7 o'clock this morning, I'll tell you right now, we've got Throwdown Thursday with some tickets up for grabs.
The Deftones.
Yeah, just announced.
That was a big announcement yesterday, and it hit hard on our social media. So
Yeah, that's going to be exciting.
Can anybody ask Joe if Will Trent is on tonight? Yeah, you love Will Trent.
No. I got to be honest. I've never seen an episode of the show, but it was during football season that I certainly got tired of the commercials about Will Trent because they were on every commercial break during that Sunday. It was the only show on television getting promoted.
So random. Joe is Will
So
Trent.
I'm surprised this person still remembers.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Kirby, you were bringing up bathrooms off air, and it started an interesting conversation with all three of us having stories about what our bathroom situation is in our, in your case, apartment, but in our houses right now, and what it was like when we were younger. But it started with a term you used called bathroom divorce.
Yeah, because I think we've talked about on the show something called a sleep divorce, which is very common in a lot of couples these days, where they've moved into different bedrooms to sleep.
It's gone to the point where house building has included now 2 master bedrooms that are matched up with the bathroom. So maybe that's where this comes from as well, where you don't have to split bathrooms anymore.
Yeah, and basically couples are opting for a bathroom divorce, and it's apparently saving marriages where they have dedicated spaces where they get ready or go to the washroom. And
Yeah, we don't have that. My wife and I share a ensuite bathroom in the house, and then the kids just use whatever bathroom they want depending on their moods. Because that's how that's how it is in 2025.
Free roam.
Your wife's got to love that.
Yeah. Well, although the boys know when the door's closed in that bathroom and mom's preparing to go out, just stay away.
There's another bathroom to use.
That there is 2 other bathrooms to use.
She needs her space.
They understand that much. Dad has taught them that much. No. Go downstairs. You're not going near that bathroom right now.
That's a smart dad.
Oh, boy.
Joe, you...
Well, I grew up in a house that everybody shared the bathroom upstairs until the one downstairs was built, and then, my brother and I would use the one downstairs. But, yeah, in my house, there's 2 bathrooms. I live in a bi-level. So we share one, and the kids got the one downstairs, right? I'm not going near that one.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing is there's usually like one bathroom in the house that's like getting more action than the other.
Sure. So maybe it's more of a designation than it is a divorce in most cases then.
Yeah.
Like
if you're going to go do something.
Yeah.
nasty, go down there.
Yeah, that can happen too. You're
Usually,
right,
yeah, it's the bathroom. I do miss in our old house. A few years ago, we had a really nice downstairs bathroom. I miss that because our basement right now is unfinished.
Yeah,
it's in the works. We're planning on getting it finished, but right now there's no downstairs bathroom. I would like that back,
I could see that being
somewhere to
your
escape
lair.
to. Yeah. I think everybody.
Where's Dad? Oh, he's downstairs in the bathroom.
Don't go down there. Dad's down there.
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
Throwdown Thursday.
With Deftone tickets up for grabs. I love when Throwdown Thursday takes on a meaning like where there's also tickets on the line. That is awesome.
People have been asking about tickets for this show, so we're glad to deliver.
So all you'll have to do is go to the 92.1 City Facebook page and weigh in on the Throwdown Thursday matchup for today. Or you can do it on our text line as well, 762-555. Today's matchup, a classic matchup that we all agree will be a generational thing, as in the younger audience will go one way, the older audience, I hate saying the word older, the upper end.
The upper end? I don't know what's worse.
All right. It'll be generational. Let's keep it at that. Jeans versus sweats. What is your preferred pair of pants?
You want me to start?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Joe. I know I've never seen you in sweats. It doesn't mean you don't.
I'll wear them around the house all the time because I always change when I get home from the clothes I'm wearing out. I always change every day. It
Same.
doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
I'm mostly wearing shorts.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put shorts in the same category as sweats because when I'm home, I change into that. I never really go out in them.
Yeah.
But it just reminded me growing up, my uncle Giuliano was a tailor. And he always told me, especially when I was starting out in the radio career, he goes, it's just as easy to put on a pair of pants as it is a pair of sweats. Okay? So he said, put on a pair of pants if you're working. It was the old school way. If you were going to work, you had to look like you were going to work. So it didn't matter if it was jeans or pants or whatever, but not sweatpants. So and I'm typically more of a jeans guy than I am a sweats guy. So jeans for me.
Okay. Kirby?
Leather pants.
You're going leather. You're adding a new one in there.
Wow, sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Well, if we're going leather, Joe's going to switch his
That
answer.
would have been so easy. You didn't say leather earlier.
It's just because I've got leather leggings on. Well, pleather leggings. But I would have to go with sweats. Like, I am all about comfort. Like, loungewear is where it's at. And honestly, like, yoga pants could be considered sweats for women, which are super comfortable. I love a good pair of denim for sure, but you can.
Are yoga pants sweats?
Yeah,
they are.
They're loungewear.
I would consider that loungewear too, especially since they were created right here in Canada.
Yeah, but I mean, jeans are cool, but comfort-wise, I got to go with the sweats.
Okay,
I'm jeans. I don't think I own sweats. I've got like track pants.
Really? You don't own sweats?
track pants for hockey.
Track pants is I wear them when I'm coaching hockey.
Yeah.
But I don't wear sweatpants.
Like there's some like really cool like fashionable type sweatpants for men these days, like joggers and stuff like that.
Yeah,
those
no,
are kinda, I could see those looking really good on you.
I'm aware, Curbs. My kids both wear
This
them.
isn't an intervention, Kirby.
Yeah, no.
He just had a vote.
Tell him that he would look good in them.
I am familiar with what sweats I am.
There's
but
ads that pop up in our feed every day.
Trying to compliment.
No. I appreciate that.
Christ.
Like I say, both my boys wear sweats.
Well, just the way you went at him. It was like, well, Phil, there's...
Just so you know. There's nice sweatpants.
Yes.
No, like I say, it's not something that, this will be generational. It's just not something that I wear out and about is sweatpants.
That's
I don't know. Thank you for saying I could pull it off. Maybe it's something I'll think about someday. But for now, I'll go with jeans. Throwdown Thursday. Sweats or jeans. Be prepared for Kirby to come at you on this one.
The Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
Throwdown Thursday, 92.1 City Facebook page or the Boston Pizza text line, sweats or jeans. A lot of people weighing in. And just for weighing in, I mean, you could say, I don't care either way. Or you could say, all I wear is jean shorts. Doesn't matter. You're in for your chance to win Deftones tickets.
What would you say? About 65% in favor of jeans right now, at least on the Boston Pizza text line. I haven't looked at Facebook yet, so.
I just want to point out the judgment that comes with sweatpants. Like, everyone's saying that if you rock sweatpants, you've pretty much given up on life. That's not true, because there are some very, fashionable pairs of sweats that you can wear nowadays. And you can dress them up.
To be fair, that is that's kind of an old school ha-ha. The sweats mean you've given up, right? And now sweats have come back into style, very fashionable. Joe, you have 2 stepchildren, boys who both wear sweats all the time. Both my guys are, 11 and 13, sweats everywhere. So they're in style for the younger generation, would you say?
Yeah, but there's different levels of style. Like, because what Kirby's talking about, there's this whole line of menswear now from these different companies that are coming out with almost like a dress pant style sweat.
Joggers.
Yeah. Like they're a casual material, right?
Yeah.
And so that's coming up too. But I mean, if a lot of people are envisioning, the old Roots sweatpants or that old gray sweat.
Yeah, that's what they're
doing. It's the gray sweats that come to mind, right? Yeah. That show all the stains. Well, I mean, they don't have to have stains.
Yeah, they don't have to have stains, too.
Gray sweatpants are easy to stain.
That's the give up on life sweats people are talking about, like this one here, the Adidas sweats with the stripes.
On the side. But you know what? They're very popular with soccer.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Adidas is still a big soccer line.
Okay, what about this one? Cut-off sweats.
I had them when I was younger. We used to cut off our gray sweats.
Sweats?
Yeah.
Man.
So like jean shorts, but
sweat
you've
shorts.
done that with
shorts.
Oh, wow.
They'd be at the knees, though.
Those.
They'd be at the knees, though. The sweat shorts would be at the knees.
Oh, yeah.
What about mid-calf? That'd be quite a look.
Like man prees, but cut off sweats?
No. It was always just above
sweat
the
prees.
knee.
These are my sweat prees.
You can find them out there. And here's the best part. If you walked into a Nike store or an Under Armour store, you will find that sweatpant with a whole stitched up short. Because people wear them as like track shorts.
Yes, that's right.
Tracksuits are super in for women right now. Like sweatsuits, like where you have matching sweatpants and a matching sweat, like zippy, like a hoodie.
Yeah, the jacket and
like a whole
pant
suit
combo.
matching. Yeah.
We used to see those on The Sopranos all the time if you liked velour.
Those velour.
A velour sweat package.
Paris Hilton used to love those with the juicy on the ass.
Joe, you could pull off the tracksuit for sure.
I'm sure I could.
100%. And walking around your neighborhood, not one person would question
I'll make sure I have the white tank top underneath. How you doing?
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
55% of people that took the survey said they watch TV while eating dinner. Okay? So 55% of the people came out and said, yep, while I'm eating dinner, I'm watching TV. 20% of people that took that survey said they do this. What are they doing?
So instead of eating while they watch TV,
Eating dinner was the question. What do you do while eating dinner? So 55% of the people, they said they watch TV while eating dinner. 20% of the people that took this survey said they do this. They don't watch TV while eating dinner. They're doing what?
Gotcha. Good morning, City. Go ahead with your guess.
Good morning. Can I take Phil?
Yes. They listen to music.
That is number 2, Phil. Wow.
Boom.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Little background music for the dinner.
I thought that number would be higher, actually.
Music?
Yeah, I grew up having the radio on, like in my house, in the kitchen.
A lot
my
of people
parents'
cook
house.
with music, too.
Yeah, so I thought the number would have been higher.
Hi, City.
Hi. How about scrolling on their phone?
Number 3, scrolling on their phone.
Okay.
I thought that number would be higher nowadays, too.
No doubt. Oh, there I am. For 3 days grace and Volbeat tickets. Good morning.
Practicing Kung Fu.
Number 5, actually. No.
That's a good one. 780 City. 780-2484. Hello there.
Just sit there and eat.
No.
Complete
Boring.
silence.
Well, there is a number to that, I'm guessing, but it's not on the top 5 list here for 20%.
780 City. Hi there.
Eat while driving. How's that work?
Well, that's a good guess.
No, not in the top 5.
Some foods just don't work.
Well, that's a topic for another day.
We've talked about it.
Yeah, someone just called in the other day, said they were watching somebody eat soup, remember? And then hot dog guy said he was having chili that morning on the way to work.
On the way to work.
Yeah.
That's tough. Hi, City.
Hi, can I use the lifeline?
Sure, Philly or Kirby?
Billy.
Okay, what are you doing while you're eating? Having a bath.
No.
Okay.
No.
Sorry.
Wow. You know what some people do? They'll get like the little bath tray and they'll...
Yeah.
Like spa. Like a spa.
You get one for the hot tub, for the pool. You got that tray of food floating around in the pool.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nice beef stew in the pool.
I'm going to refocus this question, okay? So while eating dinner was the question, what do you do? 55% of the people said they watch TV, which makes sense. That's a big number. 20% of the people said, yes, they listen to music. Yes, they look at their phone. But the number one answer is, what are they doing while they're eating?
Oops. 780 City, hi there.
Hey, how about read something?
How about read something? Yes, reading.
Nice.
How they rounded out the top 5, puzzles. Some people like doing crosswords or even, I guess, puzzles nowadays. They became popular during the pandemic, puzzles. But podcasts, listen to a podcast because listen to music was on the list, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, very good. Reading. 20% of people are actually reading while they're eating.
We talked about the newspaper earlier this morning.
Yeah.
It's nice. You spread it all out all over the kitchen table.
Avoid the conversation with the other people at the table. Hey, move over there.
Philly, Joe, Kirby.
Philly, Joe, and Kirby.
Podcast.
The Philly, Joe, and Kirby podcast.
What was the answer to the completely useless question again, Joe?
Reading was the number one answer. So 55% of people that took the survey about what do you do at dinner had said watch TV, which I believe everybody would agree would probably be the number one answer to that question.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 at 20% was read. Also, listen to music came on the list. And doing puzzles, believe it or not, was up there.
Really?
Yeah.
That just seems...
Well, because crosswords.
Oh,
you
okay.
can write them down.
yeah.
I thought you meant like a full
Like,
5,000.
like you're touching pieces of the puzzle as you're eating chicken wings. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like your
that's
puzzle
good.
pieces are starting to look a little...
I can't tell. Is that barbecue sauce or is that part of the the landscape I hear?
Just
Buffalo.
little pieces of chicken wing mixed in with the puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
So that's kind of random as part of that survey. But what do you do typically? And I would say, Joe, knowing you, it's probably having conversations because you're normally having lunch or dinner with somebody else. Like you have a lot of, you know what I mean?
It would be TV. Well, okay. You're talking lunches for sure. It's about being engaged with people. I think this was more of a dinner conversation, the survey. So for me, a lot of times, depending on who's around the house, it's either music, TV, conversation in that order, or reading.
Okay.
Because
Kirby?
I could be eating alone sometimes, just depending on schedule, right?
Now, the running joke on this show from back in the day, Kirby, was that because you grew up in a household where there was no TV or music allowed, you would just stare at the wall.
Yeah, you like
during
eating
dinner.
alone.
I was allowed to have TV and music, but just not
supper.
during dinner.
Right, yes.
Yes.
During dinner, it was stare at the wall time. So do you still...
I still stare at the wall.
Yeah.
I do. I sit in silence. I enjoy my meal as...
Okay.
Like, I'm serious,
No,
though.
that part I believe. The part I never do believe, and hey, I'm just saying, this is just my opinion, is you staying in silence. Because... No,
Why
because
is that so hard to believe?
No, because I don't believe you stare at the wall. I know you. You're on your phone a lot, and that's okay. That was one of the answers in the thing, because I pick up my phone too, and I'm not a big phone guy like you are when I'm eating sometimes.
I talk to my cats.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
So you're engaged with something.
I'm engaged.
But no phone or
With the
TV.
wall and the cats.
Yeah.
No phone or TV or music during dinner. Not even music, eh?
No.
You know? And no phone?
I'm not
Sunday
buying
mornings, I love listening to records in the morning as I have coffee and stuff. But like when I'm having dinner at home, I'm cooking and I go straight to the table. There's nothing on. I might be listening to a podcast while I'm cooking, but I turn the podcast off. I
that
set
was
my
number
place
5.
at the table and I eat.
Man, if you have ghosts in that apartment, they must be like, this woman just
boring.
stares at you. The most boring. We're
Are you
getting out of
kidding?
here.
They might get all the ghosts to come in and go, look at this lady. She does nothing but eat.
The Philly, Joe, and Kirby podcast.
We just had the headstones, and then our contestant, Dustin, brought up the Burt Block party. I think his line was, we'll see you at the Burt Block party. And then Tyler comments on the Boston Pizza text line. The Burt Block Party was so fun. Hugh Dillon knows how to work a crowd. Yes, it reminds me, just thinking about it, it was such an incredible night. Burt Block Parties are always so much fun. But it reminds me of summer, and it makes me want to look forward to everything about summer here in Manitoba.
There's a lot of good things this summer coming, too. And, of course, one of them is Rock and Thunder this year. It's been 8 years since we've had an outdoor stadium show.
Yeah, and they're setting that up. That's going to be a party at Princess Auto.
Wednesday, July 9th, Princess Auto Stadium. And we'll have a lot more tickets for that show as well. Today it was all about Volbeat with 3 Days Grace and, of course, the Deftones.
On the Facebook page, pretty simple question, jeans or sweats? Let me tell you, that's been a heated debate. The sweats crowd, I feel like, is, they came out under fire, and they've made a comeback. They're not happy with the jeans people coming at them about, oh, yeah, you don't look professional, you've given up on life, yada, yada. So the sweats people are like, yo, bro, these are in style now. They're not your dad's sweats out cutting the grass and his grass-stained, sweat-stained, mustard on them gray sweats. No, they're stylish now.
I'll tell you, I've never seen my father at 84 years of age ever wear a pair of sweats.
Really?
Never.
Wow.
No, he would cut them in a pair. He'd be cutting the grass in either a pair of jeans or just a pair of regular shorts.
My old man was sweat shorts, white New Balance, the socks pulled up like almost to his knees, and then no shirt. And my buddies would bug me because we all lived in the same area growing up, and they'd drive by my house and be like, Aubrey, your old man's out cutting the grass. Tarps off.
My dad would wear full-on coveralls, like work coveralls. He looked like he was on the site of an oil rig while he's mowing the grass in the front.
Yeah.
Safety goggles,
like
too.
He's just about to do someone's oil change or something.
He should be working for Safe Work Alberta now or something.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
92.1 City, Winnipeg's rock station, Nickelback, Never Again. Philly Joe, Kirby, and the one, the only, Tone Bell in studio this morning. Thanks for making some time with us. You're in town this week at Rumors, and I know you're a humble guy, but you're kind of a big deal. So
look, go ahead and say it. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I'll take it. Yes, I'm humble, but go ahead. Keep saying good things.
I love that.
Well, let's throw it out there. Survival of the Thickest, season 2. That's in the next couple of weeks it comes out, right?
March 27th, Netflix globally. I mean, what's crazy is my first season 2. I've done over 100 episodes of TV, starring in most of them, and this is the first time I've ever gotten to season 2.
No way.
So this is very exciting for me. Well, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm glad you're getting a season 2 because I'm still upset that you didn't get a season 2 of Disjointed.
I mean, people say that to me so am I, because the money stops when you don't get it.
That was such a good show, though. And you were Carter on the show. Yeah. And you got to work with Kathy Bates.
Dude, she's amazing.
What is she like?
I mean, she's like, people think she's been in the game for a while and she's kind of
deal.
She's 25 at heart.
I love that.
She calls on Saturdays. She'll call you, and she's like, she just take my word. What's up, mother? Right? And she just called, but she loves you when she says that.
Yeah.
And then she's like, what are you doing? And you go, I'm just kind of chilling. She's like, well, get over here. It's tequila time. And then
That's
you just
awesome.
like on a Saturday afternoon, you just drinking tequila. I mean, just me and her. You just drinking tequila with Kathy. And she's amazing, man. I mean, that whole cast. It's probably one of the only shows I've done where the group thread is still like popping.
I love to hear. Is there hope for maybe?
We've been kicking around an idea of could we all get together and do a movie just to something? But everybody's still working. Everybody's still great.
Yeah.
And hopefully, it'd be. I think we'd all do it for It's not even about the money. We all enjoy working together.
Yeah.
Do you love writing too? And if you do, what is it more? The drama, the comedy, the combination of both? Because you seem like a really chill guy who's got a lot of diversity to yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I love the comedy. I'm in that phase now where I'm in my 40s now. So I'm in my 40s. But also, I like playing that kind of middle ground where I do like doing drama. I like doing the comedy. I kind of want to melt the two. And so, I mean, I've done some. I was in the U.S. versus Billie Holiday. I did that, which is like a movie nominated for a Golden Globe and an Oscar. And so, but also I got silly comedies out there too, right? So I made it Little with Issa Rae and Marsai Martin. So just kind of going back and forth. But I enjoy like that down the middle. I love to be able to kind of flip it. And I think now, career-wise, I think I'm getting to that place where I'm gonna sell my thing so people can see kind of my range and it'll be my voice. And so that's what I'm looking forward to.
In studio with Tone Bell, and you mentioned off air, and I made sure that I could ask you about this, but you said you're working on something that you're trying to sell right now.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? How confident are you that it's going to happen?
I got a lot of interest in it, and really, I'll say this: you will see it. My new hour is the show. So the hour that I'm going to be shooting in the next few months is, I'm kind of going old school 80s, 90s style where like a comic would do their special, and then you can kind of see what the show is through the material.
Sort of like what happened with Ray Romano, or even a Tim Allen or Roseanne Barr at the time.
100%.
That is awesome. Going old school.
So it's people see it and they go, yo, this should be a show. And I'm like, well, we're working on it. So, yeah. And I got some interest, network, and streamer. And so it kind of just depends on where I see it. I mean, it's, network sitcom is one thing where it's kind of broad and you can go for, hopefully 8 seasons and make some money right out to the sunset. Yeah. And it's funny. I mean, I got my eye on who I want my co-star to be. And so I'm kind of, tapping him on the shoulder, being like, yo, read this, check out these videos, here's some stand-up about it. But then there's a streaming version where it's not as many episodes, but the nuance of the show is, you don't have to deliver the joke as hard. You can watch it versus like kind of spin a joke.
Yeah.
So, it's just different. So it kind of depends on what I want to do. At least I think.
Was this always the plan going to university or college and growing up? Because I remember reading something too. I mean, you were a brand ambassador for a beer company.
Yeah, I was.
Then got into doing some stand-up. But have you always wanted to be an actor?
I worked my way up. I was a marketing rep. What was my last? Key account manager. So I'm making good money. I'm doing PowerPoints and
PowerPoints. You sold me there.
PowerPoints.
What a great time.
I'm like 7-Eleven was one of my biggest clients at one point. I mean, I'm doing spreadsheets and like presentations and all this. And I mean, great job, very fun. And at night I was moonlighting doing stand-up. And then, but yeah, I mean, since I was like 11 or 12, I mean, when I was watching Martin and Fresh Prince and Roseanne and Family Matters and Married with Children, I was like, I think that's when I'm going to do that.
You could see yourself there.
Yeah. Like So I mean, even like I've done more multicam comedies than anything else because like that's, like I grew up watching that. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah.
That's
I mean, even
awesome.
my parents are like, when did you decide you want to do this? And I'm like, all y'all let me do was watch TV. I didn't have any siblings or anything. So TGIF, like that, you made me do this almost. Yeah.
You're clearly an ideas guy. I mean, we can get that tone from you, Tone Bell.
Yep.
But
go ahead, I like it.
Do ideas, like how often do you throw an idea at somebody and they tell you, like, does that, because you're probably coming up with ideas all the time.
It's almost like you've met my wife.
Yeah. It can be hard when you're creative.
Because she cannot stand somebody's ideas that I throw out. I mean, I threw one last night. I got in at probably midnight. My flight was a little delayed. I probably go to bed about 1. But I threw her this idea, and she's like, do not say this on stage. And I go, well, then then I must. I have to say it because I know if she thinks it's a terrible idea, it's probably hilarious.
Probably good.
Yeah.
Probably funny.
Is that how you garner it?
Oh yeah, my mom used to get it before I got married. My mom used to like catch all the, like, but Tone, don't do that. Just don't say that in front of people. And now my wife is the one who has. I mean,
that.
Manitoba is known as a test run for a lot of companies. They bring and test their stuff here, and it's going to happen with Tone Bell this weekend right here.
5 shows, baby.
So if people want to hear more about what you've got to bring to the table that could go huge, we got to see it live at Rumors.
And that's what's going to happen. I mean, I do a different show kind of every all 5 shows will be probably 50% different. I mean, I'm working with like 3 hours of material right now.
Are you guys selling a 5-pack at Rumors? You want to see them 5 times?
It's going to be different.
For more Philly, Joe, and Kirby, log it into 92.1 City weekday mornings 6 to 10.